And now, Manager Minutes with Fleming Ford.
Today we're going to talk about generations in the workforce. I know everyone's most exciting subject, and we are going to delve into the millennials. So just to kind of recap right now, go through the generations a little bit. The greatest generation, as you know, most of them are retiring, but we still have a lot of them in the workforce. They're great if you can bring them on to help with either driving your customers or helping around, mentoring, being a porter. They're still very involved and want to work, and those are going to be over 73. In the baby boomers are 54 to 72, so we're starting to really starting to feel them retiring, because about 10,000 are retiring every day. Generation X, which is going to be 38 to 53 years old of age, and then of course Generation Y, which Generation Y and now we have Generation Z are actually making up 64% of the new hires in automotive. So, I really want to spend some time on that, because they're really changing how the workforce is demanding what they want and what kind of jobs they're willing to take. So Generation Y is going to be anyone from 22 years of age to 37. And then Gen Z, which is now entering into the workforce, is anyone 21 and under. So you're seeing about 6% of them now probably in your workforce, is what we're seeing across the country. So as you can imagine, the boomers were the biggest generation, so they had 80 million people. And then Generation X was about half that size. So even though they and I, we wanted things different. We wanted a lot of changes, and we kind of tried to break the system, and they couldn't figure us out, but we still eventually had to cave to the boomers, because there were so many of them compared to Generation X. Now Generation Y, which is the children of the boomers, also a very big generation, about 80 million people. So they're having a much bigger impact on what the workforce is wanting. And one of the biggest things you have to think about is what they've been through. So this is the first generation that didn't really see a lot of loyalty as they were growing up. Their parents maybe were getting divorced, or friends of their parents were getting divorced, so they didn't see that family commitment that a lot of us were raised with. They also saw their parents get reorged or laid off every time the stock market needed a hit, or for no reason, even if they were doing great at work and they just had a reduced headcount. So they've learned from their parents, don't put all of your everything into a company, because you're not going to get it back. So you might as well look for something you're passionate about and you're driven about and that matters to you. So this generation is really pushing the job with purpose. They want to know what you stand for, what your vision is, what you're doing for the community, where you want to go, and that you want to be different and unique. That's what's really important to them. So if you really want to tackle the millennials, figure out what your vision is, how to treat them differently, and learn how to change your culture to help them feel comfortable and be motivated to work for you. Clients do not come first. Employees come first. So take care of your employees, and they will take care of your clients. And that's from Richard Branson. And that's it for Manager Minutes.